Cyn Doll here, coming at you with another video. As you can see, it was kind of hard for me to get this camera set up just now, but that's not what this video is about. This video is sponsored by Audible. We'll talk a little bit more about Audible a little later in this video, but first let's talk about something. Why are hairstylists and cosmetologists across the world, not just the city but the world, so dusty right now? You know, all of these outrageous policies. Now, I have my policies and procedures too, right? But I think it's safe to say that hairstylists have gotten a little ridiculous, and in this video I am going to give you the short and sweet reason of why this has happened. And it's simply because most of the people that y'all going to that have all of these crazy procedures and stuff, they don't have a license, and I'll prove it to you.
Trust that exactly where you are is where you're meant to be. So keep your chin up so your crown doesn't fall. Remember, you're royalty.
So before we get started, make sure you go ahead and subscribe here to my channel, and then click that bell and turn on those post notifications so you know every time I post another video. I think right now I'm at about 18% of all of my subscribers having their post notifications on, and my goal, you guys, is to get to at least 50% of you guys having your post notifications on by the end of the year. So help me do it. Turn the post notifications on. It's free. Click the bell right now. You already right here. Even if you don't finish the video, click the bell. This is what happened. Number one, for the most part, before we get into this 6-step process that they use, I want to first tell you guys that the majority of women that you guys are going to that have all of these outrageous policies and procedures, listen, most of them are not licensed. It was around like 2018, 2019, and a little bit before that, but it became like public record that nobody in the public was actually looking at because y'all was too pressed about co-washing. Ended up going up where in certain states, not everywhere, but in certain states, you can operate as, you could work inside of a hair salon with a braider's license. You no longer needed a cosmetology license to do hair. That means that women could go and get the equivalent to like a health card and work inside of a hair salon, right? And this is the thing. Before this law was passed, there were so many people like in the hood shops doing hair with no license anyway. But then when the law was passed that you could work as a licensed braider in a hair salon, then it was like, okay, this is easy. You know why? At the same time that this law was being passed, another thing that was also happening in this same time frame was closures and frontal becoming the go-to. And not only closures and frontals becoming a go-to, but the team natural community, because the thing is this, even women who wear their natural hair wear weaves. All right, when they get tired of all that wash and go stuff, they will put a weave in. So that is what everybody was being pushed towards originally, and with a braider's license you can do weaves. See, YouTube teaches you that shampooing your hair isn't that important, but when you go to cosmetology school, or if you are a licensed hairstylist or a licensed barber, anybody within the hair industry knows that the most important thing and the first thing on our state board exam is us talking about the bonds and things like that in the hair. If you only have a braider's license, it is not legal for you to shampoo and blow dry hair in any state across the globe, not just the city, the world. That's why people are like, oh, braiders getting lazy. Now braiders want you to come with your hair already washed. No, what's happening is now everybody is figuring out how much money hairstylists and barbers and braiders make. So the government is cracking down on us, and they're cracking down on the laws. So now it's very, very clear you cannot play around. Before, before it was easy for everybody to be playing around and playing in here with no license, but today you have to separate it and show publicly like, hey, I'm only a braider, I can't do the things that cosmetologists do. And the majority of the women that are out here doing hair, the majority of these women that's out here on YouTube, the majority of these women that are on Instagram, right, that y'all booking, the majority of these women have not been to school. They're licensed braiders, or they working in a salon without a license, so they cannot wash hair. It is illegal. All right, so let's stop doing all this, oh, hairstylists are dusty, hairstylists are junky. No, these are not the pro cosmos that are doing it. Yes, there are some dusty pro cosmetologists that don't wash hair. I haven't met one, but for the most part, every woman that I've talked to that says, oh, I don't shampoo hair or whatever, they're not licensed cosmetologists. They don't do it because it's illegal for them too. This video is sponsored by Audible. I'm so excited. Let's talk a little bit about Audible. As an Audible customer, you can listen anytime, anywhere to professionally narrated audiobooks across a wide range of genres. Now, I started off with the basic Audible plan, right, just to get it crack-a-lack, and then I upgraded to Audible Plus. And with Audible Plus, you have access to a selection of Audible originals, audiobooks, and podcasts, including exclusive series, right? So you can get my podcast booth, you can get mine. But then I upgraded, right, to Audible Premium Plus because this is like my favorite pastime. It's what I like to do, right? And with this upgrade, you will also get a credit to purchase any title in the premium selection regardless of the price, along with 30% off of additional premium selection titles that I want, like any title that I want, plus access to exclusive deals. So know this, if you go ahead and click the link in the description box below, you can get 30 days for free, and at the end, if you don't like it, you can cancel it free of charge and no obligation. And the best part, you can keep those 2 ebooks, why do I keep saying that, audiobooks, podcasts, you can keep it for free. It's yours. That's what I'm about to start listening to as soon as I get done with this. That's why I have on my PJs, like that's my vibe today. So this is why I am always, like, for years I have not changed anything that I've had to say about this industry, about hair care or anything, because the science doesn't change, right? But because we went so long on social media like, oh, hairstylists are dusty, oh, hairstylists don't matter, and a lot of y'all are. Hairstylists are dusty, oh, hairstylists don't know nothing. It's been so easy to cause division. So let's get into number 1. You have to find the insecurity. So what is the insecurity? Let's talk about black women. That's what we're talking about. Black women are really insecure with their hair. They don't know what to do with it. It's harder to do than most, right? And anything that you don't understand, you fear. My husband say all the time, people fear what they don't understand. And black women do not understand their hair because the people who came before us didn't really understand our hair. So we don't understand it, and because we don't understand it, we are like always searching for solutions. We're so insecure. Like, we don't like the way our hair looks wet, we don't like the way it looks dry, we hate our hair. Like, we do not like ourselves. We black women are some of the most insecure women on this planet. So if you are a business owner and you know that the number 1 thing that you have to look for when you are finding the customer that you about to lock in is their insecurity, what group would you pick? Black women. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Like, number 2, the obsession and their point of focus. What is black women's obsession? Your obsession is having long hair. Like, the majority of black women want long, luscious hair, right? Instead of us being focused on how the body really works internally and how we can move with that process of our body, right? Instead of that, we are so obsessed that we can't even think straight. Like, we can't think and have common sense. We're just focused on what is the fastest thing that I can get to that is going to curb this obsession that I have with long hair and and stroke my insecurity. What could I possibly do? Your focus is on all of the people whose hair looks like what you want, like the thing that you've always wanted but can't obtain. You're obsessed with it, right? So of course your focus is going to be on the women that have that thing that you don't have, right? They know that insecurity, they know your obsession and your point of focus. And now it is time for them to get to number 3. Focus of envy and jealousy. So this is basically just to piggyback off of number 2. Number 2, because of your obsession, it then leads you to focus on the people who already have that thing that you obsessed over. And instead of you doing what you should do, which is just learning and doing the process of elimination, doing the scientific method, understanding like, okay, what are they doing to their hair on a regular basis that I'm not doing as it pertains to a mechanical basis, right? Or what is different about their hair that, like scientifically, what is different about their hair and their scalp opposed to mine, right? We never do that. If we did do that, we will understand that there is one difference, and that is the texture of your hair, right? And because of the texture of your hair, everybody has a sebaceous gland that makes an oil called sebum, everyone. And the women that we compare ourselves to, they have long and strong hair, they retain length. Why? Because it's easier for the sebum to get down a straight piece of hair than it is for it to get down a curl. So we'll have to help the oil down our hair shaft to keep it longer and to keep us retaining length, versus they just wake up in the morning and the oil is like drip drip drippity drop to the ends. That is the only difference, right? But because we don't understand that difference, we focus on them. We're like, okay, they do their hair like this, we have to make our hair look visually more like them. So you become so obsessed with your new point of focus that you can't even think of any of the things that I just said. Your only focus is, I have to do my hair exactly the way that she does it because I don't like myself. I'm obsessed with having my hair a different way, and I know that I just have to do it the way she does it because I'm made incomplete. Number 4, unrealistic expectations. They are looking at your desired outcome and your expectations, right? So they understand that because of your point of focus and your point of obsession, they understand that this is your desired outcome. You want your hair to look like this, right? Or these are the different girls that you want your hair to look like. So then they create a product and they create a whole marketing plan to show you that if you get this product, understand that you're insecure about this, understand that this is your focus and this is what you really want. This is the only thing standing in your way. That insecurity is true, and if you just give me your money and buy this product, I can make you look just like this. And like I said, by them knowing your desired outcome and where you want to end up, it's so easy for them to create a product that checks all of those boxes off, and they promote it to you as that because it's so easy for you to see. If you guys just look at the list of everything that I have up, it is so easy for you guys to answer all of these questions yourself. Why do we think that they're not looking at our YouTube and at our Instagram videos the same way that we are? This is the process that they follow. If y'all don't want to believe me, y'all gotta believe me. I'm telling you, I've worked hand in hand with some of these brands. This is what they're looking for as they are researching. Okay, 6, once all 5 of these things are finished, it is so easy for them to have a regular form of passive income. Like, it's so easy because at this point you're so insecure, you're so obsessed with looking a certain way, and they've given you this solution and nothing else that you've ever tried has worked. Now they have you hook, line, and sinker. And at this point now there's nothing that anybody can say or do that is going to get you off of them. And then the second that you stop using the product, or the second that you stop going to this person and getting this certain service, you will start to feel things of your past creep up. Why? It's because you've never actually done the work. And the problem that people have always had with cosmetologists, me being a cosmetologist for 17 years, the issue that people have always had is that I do not give a fast and easy solution. Because of YouTube, you guys believe that hair is fast and easy. Do y'all not understand that a 5-minute video that you watch could have possibly took somebody a week to record? So you guys will be watching a YouTube video on a certain product thinking, oh, all she did was put this product on her hair and it came out like this. But you don't even understand that sis been recording that video for 2 weeks. She just go back and put on the same shirt, put her hair in that same spot that it was in on that last clip, and then produce the video, send it to the brand and get her money. But y'all don't know that. Like, and so because y'all want instant gratification, because stuff happens like this on YouTube, right? You expect for real life to be like that. You expect for hair care in real life to be like that, and it don't work like that. Your body doesn't work that way. That's why I always tell you, learn the science. If you learn the science, you know how much time you have. You know that if you make a mistake, you have a certain window. For example, your scalp, you are producing new skin cells on your scalp every 28 days. So if you make a mistake and you know your skin cell turnover cycle, you can repair your own scalp. See, as they were trying to get y'all away from going to regular hairstylists, they made you believe that, okay, their one product is going to be that thing that fixes all of your issues, taking away all of your accountability. And hair don't work like that. I know from the outside looking in, especially, you know that black women make money from doing hair. You think like, oh, okay, she only doing this for money and this and that. But this is the thing. No one client keeps a hairstylist afloat. Hairstylists are not out here hating on you and like trying to make all of this money off of you, and oh, we're mad because you're doing your own hair. Yes, there are some dusty ass cosmetologists out there like that, 100%. I don't like y'all because y'all have always made my job hard. I dislike them just as much as y'all do. But understand, not all cosmetologists are like that. Like, there are some cosmetologists out here that you can book a consultation with, and in your consultation they'll take you and put your scalp under an electron microscope. They're out there, right? They're out there. But see, these are the same women that also didn't want to do weaves. These are also the same hairstylists that didn't want to do closures, right? And y'all were like, oh, I don't want to go to you because you don't do weaves. I don't want to go to you because you don't do frontals. And the majority of the hairstylists that never started doing weaves or that never did frontals is because they know the game. We knew what was happening behind the scenes, but y'all didn't know because the women who were making the videos had the upper hand. And we, in the midst of that, everybody's like, oh, we don't care about cosmetology school. You don't gotta go to cosmetology school. So they stopped going to cosmetology school. Y'all did this. I love you. I'm sorry if it make you feel away, but like, this didn't just come out of the sky. This been going on since 2009. Since 09, it's 2022. This many years. Like, how long do we think people would put up with it? And this is where we are now. Now it's this constant cycle of them looking at your insecurities, seeing what your insecurities are, and then getting on you with it, right? That's how co-washing got everybody. That's how the lock method got everybody. That's how the diva cuts got everybody. That's how diva curl got everybody. That's how Gina curl getting in your ass now. All right, because when Gina curl first came out, she was like this with diva cuts. Before Gina curl, when Gina curl first came out, her people used to go home with diva curl products. They used to be like this. When diva curl got busted for the bullshit she was pulling, she was like, oh no, I ain't messing with her no more. Now they got a whole new line they pushing, and that's cool. I'm not mad at her. So get your money. You know why? If black women are stupid enough to go to an old ass white lady that wasn't allowed in black salons in the past because she ain't no was doing. If y'all gonna allow a old white lady to give y'all a $500 to starting at $500 for short hair and going all the way up to almost $2,000 for longer hair for a jerry curl, god damn it, white lady, get your money. Like, whatever. It is what it is. But I need y'all to understand what is happening, because if y'all can see what's going on, then you won't constantly get played. Yes, these cosmetologists and yes, these hairstylists that are out here now are dusty, but the majority of these women are not hairstylists. Go ask them. And it's the easiest way for you to be able to, you know, maneuver your way through bullshit. Like, because a lot of people don't even understand some of the policies and procedures that they have are illegal. You can't even do that. So that's the number one thing. Like, and then by law, I've never been mad if somebody asks to see my license. I've never got upset if somebody asks if whether or not I'm a licensed cosmetologist or a hairstylist or like, what is the freaking problem? When you call somebody, it's okay to say, hey, do you do XYZ? And if they say yes, I have one more question. Are you a licensed braider, hairstylist, or cosmetologist? Like, you can ask. But most of you guys are not even asking. You see somebody post something online, they say they are a hairstylist, you just go give them your money, and then y'all are putting the things that women that don't even have a license on all hairstylists across the board, where in reality y'all have been the ones for the last since 2009 and probably beyond saying that cosmetology school don't matter and y'all don't really give a shit. As long as they do hair good and as long as their pictures look good on YouTube, they can do your hair. That's been the argument. So I don't really understand the problem.
Trust that exactly where you are is where you're meant to be. So keep your chin up so your crown doesn't